So, you guys know that I had my little holiday sale, and a couple of these knives are here. These Ti-Lites I'm going to be mailing out right now. But before I do, I wanted to show the Ti-Lite. I don't think I've ever formally did a review of the knife. So I'm not going to be able to talk too much about the knife since these are products that I've sold. This review will just be talking about the fit and finish. All these knives here, Taiwan. I've never had a chance yet to own some of the other Cold Steel lineup, but I have here in stock multiples of the Ti-Lite. I think I had total like probably 6 or something of them. Before I ship the last batch, I wanted to show a little bit about the knife. The fit and finish is really high. It is something else. And let's take a look real fast here, okay? Now, regardless of what country this is made in, manufacturing processes, machine made, handmade, CNC'd, however it's done, there's still, some knife makers CNC machine everything. Some knife makers wire jet everything. Everything is, it's kind of all the same techniques. But as I talk to these knife makers, the main thing is just that level of inspection, perhaps that level of refinement. If you look at this, all that's flush. You look at the hardware; it's all, look at the pot clips, all tapped nice and neat. Look at I have had an older Ti-Lite where the screws were screwing into the TI liner and it would strip it. I had ones and it was also like very messy. I almost thought it was like just an imported knockoff, but it just shows that since that point till now, Cold Steel has gone through great lengths to improve. Now this one's off a little bit centered, but I'm pretty sure you just tighten the pivot. Yeah, because the pivot's a little loose. Let me see. Just tighten the pivot down a little bit and it should be no problem. Watching on camera. Okay. Okay, it's a little bit now too away from center, but it's because it's a little bit too tight. Yep, definitely a little too tight now. Carefully, very solid. This is a 4-inch blade. There's a little bit of motion perhaps, but again, perhaps maybe I could tighten that even more. And it's centered, so needs Loctite. But you can see here, stainless steel females, pins, construction going all the way through. Well, not pin, but female pins of female tubes going all the way through, acting as basically like pins, keeping it all in line. Screws, and you can see here this is aluminum. Now this is a real shocker. See that lock bevel, carbonized. When I saw that, I was like, whoa. I don't know if the actual liner is carbonized. I wish I could tell you. Looking at it from this angle, though, it just may be. The point is, though, regardless, if that side's carbonized, I wouldn't disbelieve the fact that the other side wouldn't be, the liner wouldn't be. Who knows? But regardless, I've seen YouTube videos about the liner wearing in too much too quickly, and look at that. Cold Steel, it has gone through that effort to fix that, improve it. The actual edge. This really is just a testament to, like I said, Taiwan made. That's a democratic country now, and United States, I think, does a lot with Taiwan. And this is, Spyderco uses them. I use some of the factories there, And like I said, whoever's making these, these people assembling them, they are doing a really good job. I mean, a lot of people don't know, but like in foreign countries, it's just because of overpopulation, and just competition. When you're in those like kind of more leaning towards a third world country, a developing nation, you really gotta shine. You really gotta do good in your school. You really have to have a big resume. You have to really advance your skills, and that is really pushed on. I can just say the families just really emphasize, to go to the best schools, etc. And I've noticed a lot of the import-made stuff, like the Ganzo knives, Samramu knives, that a lot of the times the fit and finish, the construction is great. Now, those being knockoffs, that the designs are copycats, and perhaps the designs themselves lack the insight, of experience making knives, but in terms of fit and finish, actual quality of knife making, it's still very high. And I would say, like how people always praise the Spyderco Sage 2. I mean, look at this one again. Everything's flush. You see, there's that little part where that part came off the assembly piece, but that's not too bad considering that's one solid. Kind of like that's how that piece is made. Comes off a little mold, but everything else. I mean, look at this. 2 in a row. This one's a little bit, again, leaning off center, but let's see. So this might need lube. It has some blade play. Again, very carefully. No Loctite. It's kind of funny. It might as well have Loctite, but and now it's centered. Let's see. Need some different lubrication. Let's see. Still a little bit of movement. Let me keep trying. Very carefully. Okay, that's really rock solid, but I don't know if then that's smooth enough to open or close. Is it centered? Yeah, centered. Well, I can open it with one hand. It's gonna need some lube. Let's take a look at initial sharpness. Now that I always remember they were being criticized for in some of their models, and it could still be more refined, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I mean, it's decent. But I would say if that's where the money saving, that you're, the price you're paying, you're saving a little bit of money. That's for me more than fine. That is the reason why. Let's see. The lockup is on the same on both. It's a very unique design. I mean, it's got that. The liner lock has a little kind of molded kind of groove in it that helps it make it a little bit more rigid, and also it has that top part, and the fact that it's carbonized up here just really meant to help make a stronger liner lock. Let's look at the Zytel version real fast. I mean, look at this. I mean, repeatedly. Oh, let's say that blade grind again. So this one here went a little further back on the tip, but on the other side it does also. So the bevel is pretty nice. And look at no scratches. It's just really nice, really impressive. There's another one now. Now this is Zytel. Again, those female tubes. Those females and males. See, lockup is looking about the same as the other ones. Let's see, I have no play. This one has a little bit of movement, just a little bit. Let's see. All these require Loctite. Let's see, this one, little bit to the left, but a nice and solid lockup. tip. Look at that bevel. I'm going to look more into cold steel knives for sure. You'll see some more reviews. I've had people ask, and definitely I will be reviewing them more, because this says a lot. I mean, I guess if someone was really concerned, they could always flip the male and female side of the pivot. This way it would start leaning towards that way. Right now it's really, let's see, it's really smooth, but it definitely could be a little bit more. Well, no, it's good. Well, he'll know when you get it. It's very nice. Oh, and the carbonized lock bar. I mean, that is just something. That is really nice. I mean, this knife, I've seen older ones, like I said, horrible old fit and finish before. To the point where the aluminum, the little holes still had little shavings. The clip machining, of course, wasn't good. You know, I was stripping the threading of these because they were tapping into the steel liners, but they weren't going deep through. You see, look in there. You see how those screw tips are going all the way through the stainless steel. I mean, just everything about the older ones almost made me think it was a knockoff. Look at these. If you can see these black screws, or you can see it. They're going all the way through. And look at now. Fast forward more into the future, and look at that. These three right here, all practically always, they all came a little bit loose, a little bit leaning towards the display side. Tighten it down, still pretty smooth. One needs lube, but you can see you have some leeway. Unlike a Benchmade pivot, you can actually adjust this one a little bit. They all came, now they're all pretty decently centered. If not centered, two of them are centered and one is leaning a little bit towards the lock side. That's the Zytel one. Everything is flush. You know, it's just done nice and clean. You know, the liners look like they're polished. I mean, that is something. This one here, $70 or $80, and it's got coating on the liners. I mean, it's really something, guys. I mean, this is a really great fit and finish. Just like I say, no scratches on any of them. That is something.